Hello everyone and welcome back to day 21 of Preptober. We're kind of closing in now on the start of NaNoWriMo, and if you've been to the website you know that you can put in a synopsis for your project. So today I figured I would talk about the synopsis of your story as well as the elevator pitch. I'm going to go into a bit more depth about what these are. So the synopsis is basically a short summary of your story, and you may draw some parallels between that and the back blurb of a book because sometimes they can be kind of the same. The back blurb also summarizes the book and the summary also summarizes the book. In the summary you want to hit some specific points: who's the main character, what's the main plot point, what is the big bad, what are some challenges they need to overcome, and so on. The elevator pitch is a lot shorter. Basically the elevator pitch can be compared to a log line, where it's a line. It's a single line, and that is supposed to sort of encapsulate the concept of your story more so than hitting all these different points of the synopsis. So while the synopsis might be 15-year-old girl hunts vampires at night and is secretly a werewolf herself, and then also adding in how she has a controlling father and also has to balance her schoolwork life and so on, that can be sort of a synopsis. The log line or the elevator pitch, on the other hand, is basically just the concept in one sentence. You could take that as far as The Hunger Games meets Survivor. That was sort of the log line I used for my story last year or April? Last year, when I worked on the story called The Labyrinth. And I was lucky, sort of, in the way that I could compare my concept to two pre-existing works of fiction. One work of fiction and one TV program that a lot of people have heard about. But your logline or your elevator pitch could also be something different than that. It could be something like a gang of misfits grouped together to overthrow the government. That could also sort of work as an elevator pitch. Some people want to get a bit more detailed than that. Some people want to make it stand out a little bit more from other similar works, but this is sort of the two baselines. Now, I have never had to pitch my story in a single sentence or just a couple sentences, and I rarely even have complete sort of synopsises for the nanosite. Synopsises for the nanosite, but I do think that they are a great way to sort of get an overview of your story, and this can be quite easy if you know what you're writing, or quite difficult if you have no idea until the 1st of November, or hell, the 28th of November. Sometimes I don't know until then. And it's definitely not something you need to add to the nanosite or to always have for whatever project you're working on, but it's a good way to get an overview of your story, both for yourself and for other people, because if you have something you can direct them to, it's a lot easier when someone asks, hey, what are you working on? Because the worst thing I know about writing, apart from, writing, is when people come up to me and ask what I'm working on, and I don't feel prepared to answer that question, and so I only go, yeah, there's this girl and she has some powers and then she does stuff and there is romance. That doesn't really sell it, even if that's not primarily what I'm trying to do, but it also doesn't feel like I'm doing the story justice, sort of. Now, there are some ideal lengths for both the synopsis and the elevator pitch. Some people say that the elevator pitch shouldn't take you more than 10 seconds or it shouldn't be longer than 50 words. And the synopsis also has some limits to it. But the baseline is to get the overview of your story, primarily with your synopsis, because you do have a bit more room to talk about the beginning, middle, end, the characters, the big overarching issues, and so on. Whereas the elevator pitch is a lot snappier and a lot faster. Now, I have yet to put my own synopsis up on the nanosite because I'm running a bit behind with doing this, but I will share with you sort of the tagline, elevator pitch, and I'm going to tell you more about my story on the 30th of November, so you have that to look forward to if you're interested, and I'll also have my link down below to my profile on the nanosite if you want to add me as a buddy. But the logline or the sort of elevator pitch that I have currently is conversion therapy for magicians. To me, that says a lot because I know a bit more about this story. I don't know if it says anything to you, but I am super stoked about this idea and I am so excited to start working on it in just a matter of weeks now, less than 2 weeks. Jeez, wow. Wow. Anyway, that is all I have for you today. I would love it if you want to drop me your synopsis or elevator pitch in the comments down below, because I would love to hear what you're going to work on this November. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back with another video tomorrow, so I'll see you then. Bye!